I'm here again with my anatomical model of a leg, this being the anterior side, and this is the lateral side. I'd like to talk about the three compartments of the thigh, which are separated by fascia. We have a medial, anterior, and posterior compartment. And remember that many of the muscles that originate in a location don't necessarily control that location. So let's start with the medial compartment. The function of the medial compartment is all adduction of the thigh. All of these muscles originate on the pubic bone and insert in the femur. We have three muscles all beginning with the word adductor. Adductor longus, brevis, and magnus. If we put those in alphabetical order, brevis, longus, and magnus, we would list them correctly from medial to lateral. But let me start at the lateral side because it's easier for you to identify. First, notice this large muscle here, straight vertically on the medial aspect. That's the gracilis, and that's another muscle I'll get to shortly. Here, at number 28, slightly obliquely, is going to be the adductor magnus. Then we have adductor longus. An adductor brevis would be deep to this, so we maybe could say that this little corner of a muscle sneaking out here could be adductor brevis, but that's a deeper structure. Then we can see the small corner of a muscle here, which would be the pectineus. And here we have the lower part of our iliopsoas, which is a muscle that is comprised of both the psoas major and the iliacus. The iliopsoas inserts on the lesser trochanter of the femur, and its action is hip flexion and lateral rotation of the femur. And again, all of these three adductors originate on the pubic bone, insert on the femur, and function in adduction of the thigh. But going back to this completely medial and vertical structure, this is the gracilis. Gracilis originates on the pubis. It inserts on the medial tibial body. Its action is flexion of the knee and medial rotation and adduction. And that comprises our medial compartment. We also have an anterior compartment. The entire anterior compartment found on the anterior leg will all have the same function of extension of the knee. Collectively, the four muscles across the anterior compartment are called the quadratus femoris. Quadratus femoris is comprised of the rectus femoris, vastus medialis, vastus lateralis, and the vastus intermedius, which is not shown, but it is directly deep to the rectus femoris. And those four muscles make up the quadratus femoris. Now, all four of these muscles share the same insertion tendon, which is the quadriceps tendon. Note my patella would be located right here. So all four muscles of the quadratus femoris insert into the quadriceps tendon, which connects to the patella, and then from the patella, inferiorly, we will have the patellar tendon inserting on the tibial tuberosity of the tibia. In the anterior compartment, we also have a very interesting muscle called the Sartorius. You'll always know Sartorius because it's the large superficial muscle that crosses lateral to medial on the anterior thigh. The Sartorius inserts at the ASIS, anterior superior iliac spine, and inserts all the way down on the medial tibia. So if you follow this Sartorius tendon along here, we can see that it actually inserts on the medial tibia. The action of the Sartorius are the three actions that allow us to sit cross-legged, and it's also sometimes called the Taylor's muscle. So the Sartorius's three actions are flexion of the knee, external rotation of the femur, and abduction of the femur. In our posterior compartment of our leg, we have a group of muscles collectively known as the hamstrings. The hamstrings is comprised of the bicep femoris. The word bi meaning two insertions. We have the semitendinosus and semimembranosus, which will be located here and here. So notice that they're on each side of the bicep tendon. Now the word semimembranosus has an M in it, which you will remember means medial. So the semimembranosus is medial. Semitendinosus is on the lateral side of the medial biceps femoris tendon. Good.
Okay.
That was